How's everybody feeling today? Hope everybody's doing good. Woke up feeling great. I ain't on too much. Figure out, see if I can say what's up to a few people, brighten up somebody's day. Maybe somebody will brighten up my day. We'll see what happens. We'll see who pops in here today. Really ain't got no topics to talk about. Dropping another video. My man J&A Show 86. Check out his JA Show 86 on YouTube. You know, me making some content on our lunch breaks. Just chopping it up about random stuff. But he decided he wanted to interview me about what it was like growing up in the hood, in the ghetto, in a poverty-stricken area, single mother. So we got that coming soon. Well, he dropped it on his channel already. I got to drop it on mine. We did a part 1, but we ran out of time. And I didn't even get hardly into any of it. So probably a part 2, part 3 coming out. We'll see. He said he wanted to switch it up because usually me and him just we rant about things on our when we, you know, we'll just have a topic and then we'll just start going in on it. We made one about dealing with peer pressure. We made one about losing weight, things like that. And I like them. I like how our chemistry, how we just bounce back and forth. But we got such a limited time on our lunch break. We try to get at, you know, we get passionate about the subjects that we're talking about, and then we go and go. We just rant, and we be cutting each other off a lot. And it's cool though. I like it. We're gonna make more videos like that, just because that's my style of content. I like just going in about something, then maybe start talking about something else off the fly, just whatever, you know, genuine, organic, natural conversations. Nothing pre-scripted and where I'm reading notes or anything like that. We just freeball. And it's fun. It makes us feel good, especially when we're fasting, trying to lose some weight, get shredded up for the summer. So we both are fast on our lunch breaks. And yep. So when you're fasting, that means you're not eating until like us, we both decide we just gonna eat once a day at dinner time, so we don't really eat breakfast and then we don't eat lunch. And it works, man. It works. It burns fat quick. It sucks. It's painful. Definitely a mental challenge over anything, but it's worth it in the long run. You gotta suffer now so you can reward later. Whenever you feel good, next time you go for a run, or I was swimming the other day and I felt great. Felt light. I'm still strong. You know, I don't want to fast to the point where I lose muscle, but just enough to burn fat. So that's what we've been doing. We've been fasting, and then we go up to the park on our lunch break, and we just make little quick videos trying to, you know, brighten up somebody's day or enlighten somebody or spark some curiosity in somebody. That's all we try to do. It's pretty fun. So yeah, stay tuned. We got more content coming. But he wanted to switch it up and basically make content. He wanted to switch it up to make it like more of an interview style thing, where he is like asking me questions and kind of every once in a while giving a little gem and insight to him, because I mean everybody's got a story to tell, so I ain't nobody too special. But like I said, everybody's got a story to tell, and when you grow up in a poverty-stricken environment, aka the ghetto, aka the hood, I mean, it's a pretty unique story to tell, so see all kinds of things. Like I said in the first part of the interview, I said, you know, I wouldn't change it for anything because it made me who I am, and you know, went through a lot of adversity and challenges, but it didn't kill me, it just made me stronger. I mean, that's a cliche thing, but it's the truth. And so yeah, pretty fun. I like doing it. He likes doing it. So when you're fasting and everybody else is on lunch break, you're sitting there pounding food, and they're all going out to eat for lunch, and they got all the snacks, and it sucks sitting there watching them. So to get out, go to the park, get some fresh air, and you know, make these videos is fun. So more to come, more to come. Been asking people to drop in the comments, like, give me some topics to talk about. We're really pretty open-minded people, so I mean, we've been through a lot, so we know, give our input on a few things. We don't really speak on that. But yep. Pretty gloomy day. Hopefully the weekend's not like this. Don't really bother me too bad whenever it's the weekdays, because I'll be at work anyway, so I don't really care when it's raining. Hopefully this weekend, nice and sunny. I can get out and do some outdoor activities. I don't know about y'all, but I try to get outdoors as much as possible. Getting out in nature, going on a bike trail, going on a hike, going on, you know, different places to work out outside, and swimming, and my kids love fishing, so I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Just went to the zoo. That was pretty fun. Yep. What's up, though? How's everybody doing today? Who's in the chat, man? Say what's up. I see I got a troll in here. Shout out to the trolls. I know your life must be miserable. Get on somebody else's chat, talk shit. It's 7:30 in the morning. That's crazy. Must be a miserable soul. Feel bad for you, bro. Feel bad for you. You're gonna have a horrible life living that way. Ain't got nothing but bad karma, bad energy coming your way, son. People be thinking they funny. You ain't funny, bro. You lame as hell. Getting on somebody else's chat, talking shit. 7 o'clock in the morning. He ain't got nothing better to do. That's why I don't even be tripping off the trolls. You know why? Because I guarantee you lame as fuck. You ain't got no motion. You ain't got nothing going on with your life. Probably ain't got no chick. You ain't got no girl. You ain't got no money. Your family probably don't like you. You ain't got no friends that are real. Just a miserable person. So you try to project on the other people. That's sad, bro. That's really sad. You ain't gonna knock none of nothing that's gone over here, boy. We smacking that down. Whoop. Try again, buddy. If you try to go on somebody else's channel, I'm gonna ignore your ass. A lot of wild stuff going on in the world nowadays, man. Too much going on, bro, and you want people got the audacity with everything going on to get on somebody live and run their mouth. But that's what I signed up for. I already knew it was gonna happen. Every time I get on live, I got haters, I got trolls. That's how you know you're doing something. So I'm gonna keep going. Ain't nobody stopping. But what's up though, man? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm actually kind of going through some stuff. Got some, but you know, you gotta shake through it, man. You gotta stand up tall in the face. I just had to drop my son off. It's like the worst feeling ever. Cause me and his mom got, you know, joint custody. So it's her weekend this weekend, so I'm not gonna be able to see him for like 3 or 4 days, 5 days or something like that. And it's like the worst feeling ever. It's like I go such a high to such a low, because I get a high of like getting them and hanging out with them, spending a quality time with them, watching movies, going to the zoo, going for bike rides, going on scooters, you know, we doing all kinds of stuff, board games, working out, just hanging out, reading, you know, teaching them life lessons, playing baseball in the backyard. And I get such a high being a father. It's like the best feeling in the world. But then whenever, you know, I gotta drop him off with his mom and his grandma and stuff, and that stuff hurts. Not that they're not good people, they are, but it just, you know, I never wanted to be that type, the father that had split custody, you know what I mean? That stuff sucks. But hey, how you doing, Andrew? What's going on? How you doing? Hope you're feeling good today. It's going good, man. It's going good. I'm just talking about how, like, you know, being a father is such a great feeling, man. It's the best feeling in the world, especially when you take pride in it. You know, give your children the love and care that they deserve. You know, and you know, I never had a father. I'll talk about it in the video I'm about to drop soon. But so being a father is like, man, I'm doing all the things that I wish I had for me, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's weird. It's just, but it's a great feeling being a father, man, and doing the right thing and taking care of my sons and giving them everything that I didn't have, and love, care, play, and you know, all the fun stuff, but all the like caring and loving stuff too. But then, you know, me and his mom didn't work out, so we separated, and you know how the court systems are, and so That's a whole topic, but the courts aren't really in favor for fathers for whatever reason. And no matter what, you know, I mean, I guess in some certain circumstances, but I've heard there's so many fathers that get screwed over in the court system. Like I got screwed over and I had a better job, I had a better place to live, I had a better, you know, all kinds of stuff. And they still was like, yeah, well, we're gonna, you know. But yeah, it's all good though. I know he's in good hands at least, you know. His mother side of the family's good people, so they take care of him, they spoil him. He's never had anything, you know what I'm saying? So he's never not had anything. They spoil him to death. Actually, they spoil him too much. So I know he's in good hands, but it just sucks because as a father, man, you want to be in your kid's life every single day, not part-time or, you know, 50% of the time or whatever. Like that's like, it's like the worst feeling whenever you come home and, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got your kid there. And I get it. I mean, it's got to be fair. It sucks. I'm the type of person, I just want to, you know what I mean? I wanted to be with. I want to have a big old family and not have to go through this stuff with having joint custody and all this type of stuff. But you gotta do you gotta make yourself happy before you can make anybody else happy. And in the situation I was in, I wasn't happy, so now I am happy in certain ways, better than others. So I mean, it's one of those things. It's like pros and cons to everything. That's just life. No matter what you do, you're gonna have pros and cons. That's why you gotta outweigh them and deal with it. But it's a good thing being a father. I got 6 kids. It was the best thing I ever had. I'm a single dad with 6 kids, bro. My bad. I'm getting honked at, y'all. Damn, you got 6 kids, bro? That's what's up. I wish I had 6 kids. I ain't gonna lie. It's fun. Like, some people don't like it. I don't see how anybody can be a deadbeat. Anybody who's a deadbeat, man, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and change your life around, bro. Women too. Any deadbeat parents out there, man, period. That shit crazy. Like, you the like bottom of the barrel if you a deadbeat parent. That's the bottom of the barrel. That's scum of the earth. Like, for real. I put them in the same category as like murderers and rapists and chomos, and you a deadbeat, man. You right down there with those people. The kids don't do nothing. You just, you know what I mean? Like, my pops left when I was 3 and dipped to the other side of the country. He didn't even go to the next town over or something like that. He went to the whole other side of the country and didn't have any contact with me. So, like, that's the epitome of a deadbeat right there. He tried to, you know what I mean? They try to reach out later on, 20 years later, saying, what's up, man? I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. You a bum in my eyes. Maybe not to other people who you trick out there wherever he at, but that's the thing about life. You could just uproot and change your whole life. If you wanted to, you could just, you know, you could just move somewhere else, and just, that's what a lot of people do. They run from their problems, you know. They'll just uproot, change their whole personality and just go move somewhere else and pretend like they didn't just, you know what I mean? Pretend like none ever happened, which is crazy how you live life knowing you got kids out there that you're not taking care of or you're not trying to help mentor, you know. It's not always about financially, but just mentoring your kids and leading them down the right path. It was crazy. My father tried to reach out to me when I was 21 talking about football and shit. It was like, you left me to the wolves. I had to figure out everything on my own. I'm still figuring stuff out. And you want to talk about football? Man, get the hell out of here. I know you're just trying to break the ice, but nah, I ain't. That's sad. You thought I was like, oh yeah, football, yeah, dude. Nah, you ain't got time for none of that. Snooze, you lose. Your loss. Like I said, adversity builds character. Made me who I am, and I wouldn't change it. So. But yeah, man. Hope everybody's day goes good today, man. Hope everybody gets successful, get promoted in their job, get engaged, have kids, all type of stuff. Everybody gets what they want today. Make a plan for today, set a goal, and hold on real quick, I need to pull up real quick. Set a plan, set a goal, and then get after it. That's simple. I was married for 17 years, bro, and my wife died in a crash. Damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Damn. Yeah, man, that hits the heart, bro. I'm sorry, dude. There ain't nothing worse than that. I mean, there is stuff worse than that, but I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I'm sorry, bro. If you ever need somebody to talk to, man, I'm here. You know what I'm talking about? I know it sucks because a lot of like people, it's a lot of men, but a lot of women, same thing. Like, you know, a lot of people just suffer in silence because you ain't really got nobody to talk to about things. Because most people don't care. Most people, they'll hear you, but they're not listening to you. If that makes sense, I deal with that a lot. People hear what I'm saying, but they're not actually listening to what I'm saying. And then, you know, give generic answers back, and it gets old after a while. Then after a while, you just stop telling people anything. You just hold it in, and then you just live with it. It's like you carrying around big bags of like concrete or something. You just carrying this weight because you ain't got nobody to talk to, and you just walking around, and you wonder why people like shit happens because you judging a book by its cover. That's why a lot of people like project being like mean and hateful to other people because they got stuff going on in their life that they probably need to let go of or, you know, talk about, but they ain't got nobody to talk about because your best friends and family, they don't want to listen to you for real. They shake their head and go, oh, that sucks, yeah, woo woo, but they don't care. I know how you feel, bro. I lost my mom and dad when I was 5. Damn. Yeah, bro, you've been through a lot. I know you gotta be a strong person, bro. Definitely gotta be a strong person to get through all that, man, and still be a stand-up father and take care of your kids and stuff like that, bro. Like, I know you gotta be a good person, man. Yeah. Yeah, it always could be worse. Exactly. Yep. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, even my situation was bad, but that's pretty bad. Lose your mom and dad, and then turn around and lose your wife too after 17 years, bro. Like, yeah. But You know, you still got to stay strong for them kids. You know, teach them. Things happen in life. We got to, you know, deal with it, internalize it, and keep moving because, you know, they depend on you. They depend on you to be strong. So you want to teach them the same thing. Like, things are going to happen. I've been teaching my kids because they, you know, they watch YouTube and they see all these like kids YouTubers, and they just, the internet in general, you know, I don't give them access to social media or nothing like that, but you know, they got like YouTube, and they see all these like famous YouTubers that got all this money and they're buying like private jets and, you know, all this, you know, yachts and all this like unrealistic things for average people to obtain, and they think that's reality. And I gotta tell them, like, it ain't like that, bro. You gotta work really hard to get to that kind of, that level, or get lucky, go viral and stuff like that. But you know, I try to tell them, like, because we were playing a board game last night. Yeah, we were playing a board game last night, and my son was getting all like butt hurt because he didn't want to play. That game's boring, blah 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 blah. And I looked at him, I was like, you know, you're not, just because you don't like the game, your mom likes the game. So you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for her because she wants to play with the family and she really loves this board game. So you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for her, to make her happy, you know. And he looked at me, he was like, you're right, Dad. And then he started playing, and then he was acting all butthurt, and he was like, I don't like this game, I'm gonna lose. And I was like, yeah, but not with that attitude. Maybe if you actually tried to win and tried to play, you might win. You know, try your best. That's all you can do. There's only can be one winner in this game. There's gonna be 3 losers because there's, you know, it's a 4-person game. There'll be 3 losers and 1 winner. That's how the game goes. And that's how life, you know, that's how life goes. But you got to at least try your best and try to win. You know, you don't just give up off the rip, because then you're destined to lose. And he's like, yeah, you're right, Dad. And then we started playing. We were playing and playing. It was actually a good game. Like, we went, like, everybody had their good moments and their bad moments. And then my son ended up winning. He ended up winning after all that whining and crying and not wanting to do nothing and this, that, and the other. He ended up winning. I was like, now look, I told you, if you tried and you actually gave it your effort, you might win. And he ended up winning. He was like, gave me a big old hug. He was like, thanks, Dad, you're right. And then, you know, his mom was happy that we all played as a family. We're all sitting around and getting off the you know, off the internet, put our screens down and actually enjoying each other's family. Like, you know what I mean? Enjoying each other as a family. And it was fun. We had a good time. I have to be strong and be a dad to my kids, bro, so they don't go down the wrong way. Bro, my kids keep asking, when will Mom be back, bro? I said to them, Mom's not ever gonna be back. Yeah, that's definitely that's a tough discussion to have, you know. But you got to be honest with them, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I am with my kids. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I'm just saying what I would do is I would just be as honest and transparent. Obviously, different ages would get more or less details depending on the age. You know, you don't got to go into specific details, but, you know, just explain to them, like, everybody is born and everybody has to die, and you never know when or what can happen to where you just might not be here. That's why I talk on my channel all the time about people appreciating every day. Because imagine, for the past month, you just been rude, like your whole life, you just been rude to people, mean to people, this, that. And then next thing you know, you get in a car accident, and it's like, you ain't here no more. And then all you left behind was, damn, you heard about this guy that just died, like he died in a car accident. And like, yeah, that dude was a real asshole. Like, you know, like that's not the legacy you want to leave behind. And then on top of that, like they lived their whole life being miserable, thinking that they were gonna live to be 100, not knowing that they were gonna die in a car accident. And so like you wasted your one chance at life. You know, who knows what happens when we die? You know, some people got their theories and other people got theirs. But all I know is nobody knows for sure because nobody's came back from the dead and told nobody. You know, so you just don't know what could happen. But you do know while you're here right now, awake and alive, like you don't know when you go to bed tonight if you're going to wake up. You know what I mean? So, but you do know while you're awake right here, right now, to appreciate the, you know what I mean? Appreciate the day. Appreciate your family. Give them a hug. I want you to hug each and every one of your kids today, bro, and tell them how much you love them and how much their mom loved them. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. I would reassure them every single day. I would have pictures up. I don't care if you meet a new woman, leave those pictures up. If that woman's got a problem with your kids' mother picture being around, like I'd have hella pictures. You know, maybe not pictures of you and her kissing or nothing like that, but like just pictures of her with the kids or pictures of just her and like have like a memorial and stuff like that. That's what I would do. You know, I would have like, I'd go put up a memorial somewhere, like where every day I drove to work, I would see it, or my kids would see it on the way to school or something like that, just to keep her name alive and to show and let your kids know, like, your mom loved you so very much. That's the biggest part, because they, you know, they're already going to miss out on having a mom. And don't ever get with any woman that doesn't, that's got a problem with that. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how sexy she is. I don't care how much money she has. If she can't appreciate the fact that, you know, you're keeping your, you know, your wife's name alive in the sake for your kids and for yourself, then that's not the person you want to be with. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I'd be like, go on then, because I'm not gonna, because I know some people like that deal with that type of stuff, and you know, they just the new person comes in and they don't want to see that person. It's like, how you gonna be jealous of a person that's no longer with us? I'm keeping their name alive for my kids. So I'd have memorials all over the, you know what I mean? At least a couple, one on my way to work, whether it was just a cross with their picture or a teddy bear tied to a pole or something that I knew. Like every time I drive past, like I'm saying, you know what I mean? I'm keeping that memory alive. So I'ma holla at y'all. Have a good day. Like I said, I appreciate anybody who's came on my live. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. I gotta go. I'll probably go back live later on tonight if anybody wants to hop on, like I said. And I'm gonna drop a video today with my buddy J&A Show. He's right here in the comments. He wanted to do an interview style basically video where he is interviewing me about my upbringing and how I grew up in the ghetto pretty much. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate everybody. I'll talk to you.